All right. Looks like I am live in a few places. Hey, how are you doing today? I myself I'm doing okay. A little tired, but I'm hoping we have a good stream today. And today, instead of keep working on the library that we've been working on in the past few streams, I'm gonna do some relaxing stuff. I feel like I've eaten my vegetables. Now I'm gonna, yeah, kind of claim my rewards, right? Let's do some fun. So if you go to my YouTube channel, by the way, if you haven't followed me on YouTube channel, I'm just saying I have a new video coming out in probably on this weekend. It's done. It's uploaded. Everything is ready. I scheduled it. I may change my mind and release it early. That's the only thing. Okay, so this is my YouTube channel. You can see I'm live here. But if you look at my uploads or my past, streams, all these streams has each of these streams has a custom cover. Well, it's custom-ish in that it's generated. Obviously, they are in the same format. You'll see there's like a subtitle that says live coding, and then there's a date, and then there's a title, and then there's these little icons. So these are actually generated by a SwiftUI app. But unfortunately, when I wrote it, I'd say like a month ago, it was part of trying out the new APIs from WWDC. Therefore, I cannot run it on my main Mac here, running Catalina. So I'm thinking, so each time after a stream, I actually end up turning off the stream and go back to, you know what? Speaking of good YouTube video, let's do this. Okay, sorry. So as I was saying, each time I turn off the stream, I would go on YouTube, hide the video. I guess I should make the default not unlisted or something, and then I would reboot into the latest beta, macOS beta, and then build an app, run it, and then generate this thumbnail. So that's actually a little awkward because I don't use the beta version of OS that much. And I don't see myself using it immediately after it come out, the GM come out neither. So it would be really great if I didn't have to do all that. So here we are. I'm going to rebuild that app from scratch, and it's gonna be a fun little stream, I feel like. Okay, so let's do that. Intro, project intro, something like that. Okay, all right, so without further ado, let's just launch Xcode with a new project. Let's start with a new Xcode project. Let's make it a macOS app. We're gonna call it cover maker. It's not gonna have UI test, unit test. We can add unit test, I guess. Yeah, we'll just leave it on the desktop. Make a Git repository, no problem. Except I have to probably change the default branch there. No big deal. Okay, so let's immediately jump there. Desktop, cover maker. Okay, what do I want? So let's switch the default branch. Easy. So I guess we already have an initial commit. This is okay, but yeah, one of these days I'll make either a full-fledged YouTube video, or I'm going to make a stream where I show you how I manage Xcode projects, because the Xcode file is okay, but if you really want full control with the clear with clarity, it's not really my style. Anyways, one of the problem of using this is we don't get to use the Xcode beta. So ironically, we may end up using beta, even though our mission is to rebuild something we built with beta version of the SDK. We're going to use the beta version of Xcode for it. But we'll keep an eye on the compatibility, source compatibility with the older version of Swift and SwiftUI for sure. Okay, so there we go. We have a Hello World template app, so that's not bad. But what has changed here? Oh, we just deleted something like that. That doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. So what's next? So the whole idea about this, well, the idea of this app is we'll have a view, right? And then we'll have the view will have these elements. So that's all well and good. We can have some text here. We can have some path joining stuff. It's pretty easy, really. Date is interesting. Yeah, we'll have a text field for that. And then we just input these values, right? So that's pretty easy. The interesting part is the graphic. And the idea behind that is on YouTube videos, you are allowed to input, let's see, tags. So there were text tags where you can put in stuff. I'm just going to check out my stream real quick and make sure I'm okay. Looks fine. Okay. So with each of those tags, we can associate a photo or a picture with it in the asset catalog. And if such photo exists, then it will become available to the app. And then another thing about this app that I'm thinking of is we can make available multiple formats of the cover, right? We can start with a basic one and then we'll go progressively from that. So I'm going to start by cheating a little bit and go to the beta version of the previous iteration of this project. We may cheat in multiple ways, but for now, I don't know why I was expecting a window to pop up there, but I'm going to go in their asset catalog, right? And then I'm going to drag in a few icons. I guess I call it logo, whatever. Okay, so as you can see, this is a folder with a bunch of icons, but the name for these icons are, I guess, in the format that I would use as a tag, text tag for the video. Okay, so yeah, so if I mentioned or worked on or worked with any of these technologies, for example, I would, leave that or put that into the app as the input, and then we'll get the graphic out of it. Okay, so that's the idea. All right. Yeah, let's write some code, shall we? Where should we begin? So we can just play with it, right? Now that we have this little project. One thing that I'm really interested in is, sorry, this is not SwiftUI, but I'm really interested in this, which is, can I make an app just a view? Okay, so I know there are a few options here. This is generated by the template. Yeah, okay, titled. Okay, cool. So you can make an app not titled, okay? And you can have a content width and height. Okay, all good. So can I make the window.title has title bar? Okay, this is not super helpful, but set is visible. Is this read only? Let's see. What if I set this to false? Can I do that? No, it's a get only. Okay. Let's Google this. Mac OS. So one of the important feature is we will have a bunch of UI around this window, right? This window. And then it lets us, customize it, putting the strings we want, putting the tags. Then at some point it has a look we want. And then I want to hide all that UI so that I just take a screenshot of this window like this. Well, not like that exactly because that'll give me shadows, but just imagine the content will have the right size and content for the cover video, and then I can hold Option, and then this screenshot now is exactly the cover for my YouTube video. So that's the idea. I'm gonna go delete those if I can find them. Here we go. All right. Yeah. So let's find out how to hide macOS Mac AppKit, right? Hide title bar. How about that? Hide in this window title bar. Borderless. Gotcha. So I can say main window. So I can say so we leave the title here. And then window dot mask, style mask. Okay, so here we go. So if it's borderless, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so we can have some kind of action to make this happen. Okay, very cool. Very cool. So what's next, guys? Let me just, you know what? I want to keep that code around just for, it's like a small notes for myself, which I'll consume very quickly. But for now, let's say research how to hide window title bar. Okay. All right, so let's begin by what shall we work on? We already have SwiftUI, so let's pull in some dependencies. I'm gonna pull in Composable Architecture. I feel like that is entirely reasonable. So Swift package. Can I guess? Is it github.com point free? Swift Composable Architecture. How did I do? Oh, not so hard maybe. Let's see. Swift Composable, maybe Composable Architecture. Point free co. That's unfortunate. I wish those guys had their had a better org name. Okay, 0.7. It's probably fine, right? Let's just leave it. Here we go. Yay, we just need the core library. And there we go. Now what? Now I haven't written a single line of code. Let's write some lines of code. I'm thinking I can close this version of Xcode and jump to the beta. What beta do I have? Xcode beta. Let's launch it. Oh, it's my first time launching this version, and it wants me to close the old version. Let's do that. I just typed my password on stream. That's not great, but it is what it is. Also, I only use that password locally if you're, it's not my internet account. It's not associated with any internet account. So I have the layer of physical security. So I don't think I'll be too bad. Although it is bad though. I just didn't think of it. Like as I said, I'm a little tired today, but yeah. But good thing is I have some music in my ear. Sorry I couldn't share you because good music is copyrighted. I'm very interested in seeing your setup for Xcode project generation, said William. Hey William, how's it going? Yeah, let me think what. Yeah, I can probably show you some, but the rough idea is, yeah, I think I'm planning to make a series of YouTube videos on this topic, because I feel like there is a lot of good things you could do in terms of doing that correctly and have control. But the rough idea is you use xconfig. So I would go for any of the series projects, right? I would first go into the project settings, go through the project and each targets, and I would go to the build setting, build setting for target. Yeah, use all and level. And essentially for all of these settings, I would go delete them all, like clear it out. And instead, I will use an xconfig file, which will show up as a new column here if I had one. And I make sure every setting that's end up in this resolved value is from that config file. And from that point on, you basically have this very nice text file that you can edit. And I guess another good thing to know is there's a hierarchy in the settings where you have, your target's inherent setting from your project. For example, build for architect. Take this for example. The target doesn't have a specific setting for this, but the project does, right? In my case, I would strip that away and make the xconfig file be the source of truth for this setting. And then, once you understand there's a hierarchy and you can fall back on the xconfig file, this can be very, very clear. That's step one. Because once you have all your settings out from the Xcode proj, the text file that Xcode generates for you, then you can delete that file. That file now is just a list of, it has many, many functions. One of them is hosting all these settings, but we took that away at step one. And then in step two, we can just delete it, because the next function it has is a manifest for all the files, right? And there is where you can use Xcode gen from Yona here. Yeah, this project basically lets you declare your Xcode project in the TOML, and then it can, including like what kind of targets you want, and then where is your xconfig file, importantly. And then it also lets you put in custom settings if you care. So the first step one, in that sense, is not strictly necessary, but I think it's cleaner to use xconfig file than doing things here. It's just kind of a personal preference, but you can totally put all your settings here as well. So now you have a YAML file, you have your source file, resource, whatever, and you have the xconfig file, but you do not check in your Xcode proj file, right? Then every time you clone the project onto a new machine, you just tell Xcode proj, hey, generate the Xcode proj file for me, and then you open that file, you work as normal. But when it comes to, like, if you, for example, have many developers all trying to add files in an Xcode project, then you get a lot of source conflict when you merge your changes, because the Xcode project file is a text-based file. But with this setup, you would never have that problem. Yeah, I should say there's also a project. I forgot the name, but it's a very nice little project that actually extracts all your Xcode settings for you. Um, you can Google it. Extract Xcode setting xc config. Yeah, it's a. I think it's Dempsey. Yeah. Okay. So this is a little, it's quirky because it's a GUI application, but you can just drag your Xcode project file here, and then it'll give you the xconfig file with everything in it, and then you can with comments as well, so you can go in and delete it. I've done too many weird merges of Xcode project. Exactly, dude. Anyone who worked in any real Xcode project with people experienced that, and the solution is so simple because I literally just described everything you need to do, and once you get used to those, it's just beautiful. I think another trend, from what I can tell, is people are using more and more Swift Package Manager. I think after this year's dub, it's more practical, right? You can put in assets now for your testing and maybe building some UI components. So that's another trend. Maybe you can have a super simple Xcode project, and then almost all your code is from the packages, and then package itself doesn't have this merge conflict problem. Until you want to support Windows, then you have a CMake list there, and then you have to manually update that. But that's a whole nother story. Anyways, yeah. Talk about projects. Sorry, I'm taking notes for my video archive. Anyways, I'm gonna switch back to actually working on the thing. And we are in the beta version. Actually, I'm curious what beta this is. It's beta 5, which might not be the latest beta, right? Developer, download. I feel like beta 6 might be the latest beta. Let me hide this real quick. Sorry. And I'm gonna mute. Hey, William, no problem. Thanks for dropping by. And I was gonna say, I forgot. But I'm sorry for having delays today because I'm using a new setup. So the stream is probably delayed by the last time I tested is like 40 something seconds. So it's gonna be a little awkward. Wait, what's going on here? Here's a beta 6 and 11.7 beta. Oh yeah, 11.7 versus 12. That makes sense. So I'm gonna kick off a download for the new beta, and then I'm gonna use beta 5 for now. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's go. Let's write some code. So I assume this is gonna be okay. Nice. Okay. So how do we start? Let's make a cover view or something, right? Can I say view? SwiftUI view. Cover. Let's call it cover 0 view. It's the first cover, I guess. Cover content 0. Almost is always is a little nicer if you say cover content view 0, but I'm going with a little Hungarian naming here and say, suffix your views with the word view. Okay, we got a preview here. I'm actually curious as to because I think Xcode used to generate this for you, like if debug and then end if. I feel like something changed so that maybe this is not necessary anymore. It just bothers me a little every time I see this just here. Doesn't mean in my product build this is built in, linked in. I can investigate obviously, but should I investigate this? So let's build this app. I'm distracting myself, see? Okay, so here's the app. Now I'm gonna go to the project. Settings, derived data, and it's gonna be a cover maker. It's gonna be one of these, probably this one. We have source package build, products, probably debug, cover maker. Let's open that baby up. Mac OS. Okay, here's the binary, right? 1.7 meg. So now I'm gonna kind of just run a little, I don't know, nm maybe. So this will dump all the symbols in there, right? And then let's just search for the word previews. It's called previews, right? Okay. So let's just search for previews with an underscore. Uh-oh. All the previews are in your binary. Not good. Why though? Why? Why would you do that, Apple? Okay, but this is a debug build. What if I build a release version? Let's see. Let's edit the scheme. Run the release version. Let's go. It's building. Pro tip, if you want to feel like you're doing something while things are building, go to this view and stare at the log. Okay, I guess I'll just go back to our graphic navigation here first, because I just feel like, it's a little more visual for you. Here's a release build, and assume things are in here. 2.1 meg. For some reason, release builds is bigger. Okay. Let's go here. What did I do? nm, and then grab previews. Oh, it's not in release builds. Yeah, nice. Okay, so that's good to know. Knowledge gained by experiments. Yeah, beautiful. Learn, study how Xcode deal with preview. Right, nice. That's a little detour there. Magic, yeah. It would be unfortunate if it's still there, because just imagine everybody generating their views, and not thinking about it at all. I wouldn't be surprised if it's really magic. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Enough distractions, right? So this is a cover, and this is gonna be literally the cover for the thingy. Okay, and then anyways, let's just go ahead and start with the size, right? Fixed size, horizontal true, vertical true, and then we can give it a frame. Width is so interestingly, I think we need a one. I forgot what's the YouTube thumbnail dimension. I know it's not 1280 by 720. Is it? Huh. Okay. Sure. All right, let's just go with this. Because Macs, well, at least the ones I use is 2x graphics. So we can use a smaller view. When we take a screenshot of that, it's going to be 2x, twice amount of, well, twice in each dimension, but a quadruple amount of pixels, I guess. So we just divide this by 2. So that would be 640, and the height is, 360? Okay. So that's easy peasy. I mean, this is not going to be super interesting. It's just like a little bit slightly bigger. Right? Hello? Not building oh none. Did I mess up this? What? Ah, okay, it's this one. All right, I will just clean and then rebuild. Nice. So this is going to be our thumbnail. Let's just give it a model to render, right? So I don't know, struct cover model, cover state. Just call it cover. How about that? So what's in a cover? It'll have a title. It's going to be very simple payload for data. It's just literally glorified tuple here. It's going to be having some tags. It's going to have a date. I'm debating whether date should be a string or not. We'll just give it a string, I guess. Because this is like a kind of a view model, right? As far as our view is concerned, it shouldn't care much about the semantics of the data. It's just like, give me a view, I'll render it for you. And then I'll have a list of tags, I guess. So that is easy. So this is our struct. What's wrong? Oh. I'm dumb. Okay, so what else? That's it, right? Yeah, I guess that's it. In the future, I may have adding like a kind title where I can say, is this for a live stream or is this for some other type of cover? But yeah, I'm thinking this would be agnostic to the type of cover. So there will be like content 0, content 1, content 2. All these views can render this model. That's my thinking. So let's make a new file for that. It's called the cover. Man, this sounds a banger. Okay. Pure and simple. Just a plain old Swift struct. Okay, so this guy has this very rigid layout, which is great. Let's just do it. So we'll have a. Let's see. What is it like? Is it like a 3-row thing, right? There's a row for little metadata. There's a row for the title, and then there's a row for the icon. At least that's the layout I had for the previous one. I guess we can start by recreating that. So we have a VStack, right? Let's do an embed. No, I don't want to embed. Let's just do VStack. Easy. Then text. Hello. So indent this. So inside the VStack, we'll have an HStack. And that's where we have the word like text live coding. Yeah. Let's see. We'll have a date, which is optional. So let's put that in cover. It's a cover. So here we can start using our date. I'm gonna be careful here and not use the new Xcode syntax. So here's the janky version. If cover dot date isn't nil, we putting an extra thing here. But it's gonna be the big dot character. I never know how to properly. I think is this the biggest dot? I feel like there's a bigger version for this, like a circle or something. But let's just go with that. And then the next line of text is the date itself, which is a string. If date isn't nil, yeah, okay. Not here, but inside here. Let's say text, and then cover dot date. False on ramp because we don't get to use the nice version of Swift for this. Okay, so that should change something. Oh, unfortunate, but that's okay. Let's give it some. Can I make it a few, right? Let's make a group here. Switch it up. Version 1, version 2, and for version 1, let's give it, I don't know, test stream, no date, tags, Swift, Xcode, Mac OS. Yeah, and for this one, we'll do test another slightly longer title. Type string. Let's do it. Let's give it 2020. What's the date today? It's like August 27th. 27th. Okay. Tags. Let's do, I don't know, Linux, Vim, Rust, something like that. Okay. So we have our test data. And then let's generate the previews. Weren't there some icons? There's a bullet. I assume you were talking about the character. Yeah. Yeah, there were some icons here. I imported from other projects. This bothers me a little. The Swift icons is so small. Anyways, this is a thing I can slowly expand, but obviously it's not a great thing to do it on stream, like just image search or whatever. Okay, so here is our preview. We can, yeah. Now let's put in the title, which is cover.title. And then we can put in our, I guess the next one is a little interesting. For now, we'll just make it an HStack. Okay, HStack, and then it's gonna be a for each in here, I feel like. Cover.tags, right? And then we'll have to give it the body. So tag in. So image with the name, literally. I think this wants to be identifiable. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. As you can see, we're almost done. Well, yeah, let's make these guys small. How do we make it small? Height. Let me think. Worst come to worst, I can cheat and look at my old projects. Wait, it's not this, right? I need to make the size for the images themselves. Max height? That sounds about right. Let's say 100. And then I think I need to make them resizable. Okay, progress. This next one is the super hard one. It's like scale to fill. No, scale to fit. Maybe. Nice. Okay, let's give the second one more tags. Maybe the first one more tags and see what happens. I want to see when the icons goes beyond. Okay, does it shrink? Is my question. Let's keep going. Nice. You see, like the icons, they kind of, yeah, become smaller and smaller to fit in this one line. So that's pretty nice. Although, yeah, it's fine. I'm thinking like maybe they should reflow or whatever, but for now that's good enough. Good enough. All right. What's next? So I guess this whole thing should have a padding, right? No, not this whole thing. This outer view must have this, okay? And then this inner view can have a padding of, let's say, 30 points. What's going on? What's this? Oh. Lemao. Okay, I guess padding does apply in here. Yeah, the tags map to the image name. Exactly. So rather, the image name maps the tag. Yeah. I guess the interesting thing here is like if I just throw in a different thing, like, does it take up a spot? Yeah, it does. So that's not good, right? So that's another thing I need to think about. I guess I'll keep that test case in here. Does not exist, right? Let's keep that weird string in there. And we need to fix this. And as far as I know, the only way to check whether an image exists in SwiftUI is using NS image, unfortunately. So we'll have to pull in AppKit here. Now, So I can put in an if in here, I guess. If MS image named tag is not nil. That's one way to do it. And the performance here doesn't really matter. So yeah, okay, that fixes it. Is there a more elegant, slightly even? I'll take slight elegance. Let's filter it here maybe. I keep triggering Siri here tonight. I don't know why. Filter NS image named $0 isn't no, I guess. That's something. That's better. Yeah. That's one way to do it. Nice. Fatal error. No. You see, the images, there will be more tags than images. I can't possibly have image for every single thing I'm mentioning here. So it's natural to, yeah. Okay. All right. So now I think all that's left is tweaking style. This is yeah, we're done with I guess setting up the style. I mean the content for the view. Set up cover 0 content in SwiftUI. All right. Okay, well, how about we worry about the content later? We build the rest of the app first. Okay? So let's build one level up and say, let's see. So there's going to be a configuration view for each of the cover. So let's just, yeah, I don't care about the name that much. So view. So this is a meta config view or something like that. Okay, and this guy is gonna have this guy's gonna have all the text fields that let you input the title, you know, putting the date. In the next version, we'll have a date picker. Such things like that. But we'll deal with it when we get there. One of the requirements for this is like it needs to hide the rest of its content. Yeah. Okay, this is where we have to start working with the composable architecture, because we're gonna need store for this. Let's build out the view. Let's give it a test view for now. How about that? Date. What is it again? 23rd, 28th, 27th? Doesn't make a difference to me. Swift Rust. How about that? Okay. Vim. Okay. So we have a cover here. Let's put in the cover view. We can put in the view directly here, but in the future, we'll embed it into some kind of a cover selector. Yeah, for V1, this is fine. Okay, so in the preview, we should see that nice cover view here. Wait, did I run test instead of preview? Okay. Now let's embed this baby into let's call it a VStack. Huh? And then where should the metadata be? On the bottom or on the top? Let's put it on the bottom. Put it on the bottom, put it on the top, put it on the side. Actually, putting it on the side is not that bad of a, doesn't sound that bad. But bottom and top has more horizontal properties. Because if you put this thing on the side and you give it some width, then it's just making this view wider and wider. It's kind of awkward. So let's put it on the bottom. And I'm thinking it's gonna be a H stack here, right? And then we can have a, I don't know, another H stack. In here we'll have a text field, right? Text field. Oh, text field can have a title. Oh, but I think the title is just the, yeah, the title is just the placeholder maybe. Stream title. Oh, binding. Okay, let's make a state just so we have a binding to speak of. Oh, actually, we can bind it to this, right? So let's just make this a state. And it's going to be a var. And then here we can just say $cover.title, I believe. No? Oh, yeah. Fine. For now. Actually, probably a good idea to make them var. Okay. That's a nice error message. What's the problem now? It's the stupid one. Nice. Let me do the live view thingy. Hello. Nice. Look, it's already working. Woo! Magic. Super nice. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of tweaking for UI, but for now that's probably good enough. I probably want to give it an actual thingy on the side too. We'll stop the preview for now. Title, right? Look how nice this looks. Okay, I think this whole thing, we'll give it a padding. Yeah. Okay, so that's one of the fields. I made this a H stack, but now I'm thinking V stack does seem nicer. So maybe a V stack instead. Right? Because the next one is almost identical. It's gonna be a date. How about that? So this is gonna be what? Date. Okay. And here, okay, how about this? We'll give it a checkbox. Yeah. So, okay. So yes, this will be here, but only if date it's not nil. So how do we do that? So let's put in a checkbox. Was it checkbox? Checkbox toggle. What's a toggle? What is the name of the view? Toggle. Okay. So toggle can have a title and a binding. Title is show date. The binding, let's make it manual, right? Let me hide this for now. So this is where I manually construct a binding. And let's see how much SwiftUI I remember. I only work with SwiftUI on stream almost exclusively. So it's been a while since I did this. So there's a get and set, right? Easy enough. I remember this. Get, right? Is on means cover dot date is not nil. And set means is on, right? There's comma here, I think will make it type happy. Okay. So is on is a parameter we get. Cover.date equals is on. If it's on, we give it today's date. Otherwise, it's going to be nil. How about that? I think the preview is happy. Oh, right. Darn. Yeah. Interesting. Should we make date a real date? What's the trade-off here? I guess the covers will have some flexibility in how they display the date. So that's, I convinced myself, okay, let's make this a real date. La 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 la. Date. What is your favorite date? Foundation, I guess. Okay. So we have to fix up some of these. I actually like this because I don't have to remember today's date if I do this. Text. Oh, right. Now we have to format the date in the cover. So how should I do this? I don't know. Date formatter. Is there a default in this? I forgot. Default? Default formatter behavior. Default placeholder. No. Let's just make an instance. Date formatter. And then you can give it some stuff, right? Okay, let's give it some stuff. Comment this guy out. Okay. Let's give it some stuff. Var formatter equals this. And then formatter dot, I don't know, style. Date style is for, long, medium, short, medium. I forgot, but we'll see real quick with previews, right? Return formatter. I'll also make sure the time style, I think, is nil. I think this is how you do it. The lazy way to do it. It's too complex, no problem. Okay, so we have a date formatter now. So here, can I just say date formatter string from? Okay, from cover.date. Yeah. So it's not this. It's gonna be none. Okay, fair enough. Build failed. What? Oh, it's in a different view, isn't it? Failed to produce. Oh, it's this. Come on. Pull yourself together, Swift. Italian food with some good wine. That sounds like a great date. I could use some. I haven't had dinner yet. I think I'm not gonna have, but now you're making me. Oh, so that's the date format. That's unfortunate because I don't want. I guess English format. I just want date. Okay, so I may have to write the format string myself. Date style, date format. Yeah, okay. Okay, so NS date format. Look it up. I don't remember anything, so okay. Oh yeah, this is my favorite. Examples. This is what I want. Except. Oh, this. Even better. Perfect. Also, it has to be in the right order. Nice. Worth it. Okay. Let's go back to config view. Here, we were working on this, right? Show date. Right, so now we can say, this is another interesting thing. Oh, no. No. I don't like this at all. Because now it's a text field with a text. Then we'll have to parse it back into date. That's not a huge deal, except what if the date is invalid? We'll see. We'll just do it one step at a time. Cover.date isn't nil. Again, if let is nice, but we're working with older version of Swift here. Okay, so we're putting this. This is not title. It's gonna be a binding for text. Oh, string rather. Which we will manually construct. Okay, so where do we get the string? Get yikes, now I have to put in an error state. Yeah, it's fine. Let's do it. Get oh, here's that date formatter coming again. Awkward. Yeah, we do need to display it there as well, don't we? Should we? Maybe we can just make it. What if I want a different format? Okay, buyer's regret. I want this to be a string again. I want it to be a string again. Can you just format the date from the setter in the checkbox? Do it here. Yeah, but that means this date has to be a text, right? Has to be a string. That's fine. Actually, that's what I want to do now. So another thing to consider is in the next version of Mac OS, we can use date picker very conveniently. It's fine. I think for now we just lift this out and I don't know, make a new thing here. I don't even know what to make of it. Let's make it like a namespace for now. Constants is a fine name, right? Just make a namespace enum constants. You know, it's kind of a big complex constant, but it is technically a constant. Foundation. Okay. Yep, and it's gonna be a let static. So this should compile, except for the other place where we use it. This would be constant dot date formatter. Now the good news is sorry, yeah, the delay is really unfortunate. I'm so sorry. It's not better on Twitch. Although feel free to follow me there. Because yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured it out. So right now, usually I stream to a website that multicasts to different places. In those streams, the delay is not bad at all. It's near real time. But today I'm streaming OBS to a local server, which I think I use FFmpeg to copy that stream and then post the copy to different media server in that specific format. Anyways, for some reason when I do this, it has a huge delay. I couldn't figure out what's the right combination. But the good thing is I feel like I have a lot of control in this. So maybe I'll figure out eventually. Yeah, text as date as text. That's pretty good. I agree. Anyways, let's go. So we have the formatter now, right? So we can format the date here. I know the date is not nil. So constants dot date formatter dot string from cover dot date. Let's just be gentle and putting a fallback for our optional here, and then let's set it by doing so here we said two things happen: date string ing. Okay, well, let's just compile everything. This preview doesn't look right. Okay. I guess I can get rid of this. Why does this look so awkward? Why does it look so awkward? What if I put the check mark on the end? It's it's a little better, just a little. Yeah, it's okay. All right, so let's give it a little testy test. So if I turn this off, it's gone. It is still pretty freaking awkward. All right. I don't want to linger too much on this, but I'll try to make it nicer. If cover, whoops, stop the preview. Cover.date is nil. Let's putting a spacer here. Okay. And then we're also putting some text. How about that? Actually, let's put a spacer at the end. And this will be cover.date is nil. If it's nil, we'll say something. Show add date. Otherwise, it's gonna say nothing. Okay. Let's give that a shot. It's nicer. Now what I don't like is the fact that this check mark hops around a bunch. So maybe the idea of having the spacer at the beginning is not a bad one. Oh, I'm compiling the whole app. Hello? Nice. Okay. Oh. Oh. Huh. Fine. It's not, it's very rigid. So rigid. Okay. I'll just do it this way. Oh. So I want the text to come first, right? So I can just do it here. And now let's say include a date. How about that? Oh, I ran the whole app again. Nice. I just want this check mark to be in the same place. Okay. Now let's make this work. Not this. This guy. So if constants dot date formatter date from date string. If this is a real date, date equals this, and else we'll do something else. All right. Actually, this is pretty nice. I'll just leave this branch unedited for now, right? Here we'll just say cover.date equals date. This will change very soon once we actually use the composable architecture. But it's nice to have some verification. So let's make it 26. Should work, right? Okay. And delete some of these. 34 doesn't work at all. Random strings doesn't work at all. Yeah, this is okay for now. Yeah. Yeah, better if I have a errors view or something. Yeah, that would be better, wouldn't it? State var date string is invalid. Begin with false. And then we just add more things here. Else. Okay, so date string is invalid here is true. Oh, it's false. And on the other branch, it's true. And then we can say, how do I do this? I can add an error message on the bottom, right? Like on the bottom of the date thingy. So let's make that a VStack. Padding VStack. So at the bottom, I say text date valid date, please. And let's make that a, I don't know, font call out. No, footnote. Yeah, I like that a little better. Let's make the color, foreground color secondary. Or just red, how about that? And then I'll embed this little thing in a H stack and put a spacer at the end. Now it's gonna show up here. It's something. How about at the end? I don't know which I like better. Middle? Middle is fine. Again, I don't want to overly design this part. It's the cover, looks of the cover itself is the most important part. Okay. So that's date. Then the next part is tags. So hstack text tags text field. This is another one we have to manually write the bindings. But this one is a little more straightforward than the date one. Let me format this real quick. Okay, our getter is getter is cover.tags joined by a separator. Okay, and the setter input is cover.tags becomes input.split. Split, please. Hello? Separator. Okay, I'm running blind here, but hopefully this is the right thing. Wait. I'm a little confused. Text field, date, text. Oh, text is here. Oh, map to string. Nice. There we go. Here I say if not date is valid, invalid. Wait, if date is invalid, show this, otherwise don't. Nice. Okay, let's give this a spin. I feel like this part is pretty straightforward. First, let's make an invalid date. ABC. Hello? Is date... Is this not getting set? Oh! That's gonna do it. Keep hitting Control R, Command R because habits from iOS. Okay, I'm gonna assume this is, yep. Okay, and here if I write Linux, yay. Vim again, Xcode, Windows, beautiful. It's like a real application. Hey, okay. What else? Let's do, how are we doing time? Hour 25. Okay, let's hook this up with Composable Architecture. Okay. So I have two pieces of state here. So let's make some state for it. Meta config state. Okay, so I'll have a cover. And then we'll have a date string is invalid. So that's that. I'll throw this in its own file. Config state. Okay, and then we should have an app state, right? We will definitely have a meta config action. Okay. And then enum meta config action. Easy. Let me switch at the song. The song is really slow right now. Okay. So here we'll replace everything with a store, which means we'll import Composable Architecture. Then store is going to be a store of type let's just win this, right? Meta config state, meta config action, right? This looks reasonable. Okay, now we're getting some complaints about the missing store. We almost never construct store from scratch, but let's just make one for now. Store, or rather init. We have an initial state, we have a reducer, an environment, right? So environment will use empty environment. Was it called empty environment? Or void? Can I use void? Okay. Let's take one of the test state here, throw it in there. Okay, reducer is the interesting part, right? Oops. Okay, I'm gonna put reducer in a separate file because that's the main logic. Meta config reducer is gonna be a lowercase m because it's a specific instance of it. So import composable architecture, meta config reducer. It's gonna be an instance of reducer. Right, reducer takes a, okay, so reducer has a bunch of type annotations, meta config state, meta config action, void. Can I use void for environment? I hope so. Okay, so here we have our state, our can be a state, an action, an environment. In here, return none, right? Meta config action, meta config state. Wait, there's some syntax error here. Oh. Okay, what is going on here? Oh. Let declarations cannot be computed properties. Right. Okay, I think this is finally good. Okay, now here I can put in meta config reducer. Reducer, not reducer. Reducer. I think right. Nice. We're compiling again. Okay, so now that we have this, everything that modifies these states needs to go. So with view store, let's put in store here. So this will give us the instance of the view store. And then we can start deleting these states. Okay. How about we start from here? View store dot title. Oh, right. View store dot cover, I guess. Oh, this is a binding, so I need to deal with this. Okay. Let's start simple. Let's start one by one. Comment everything out. Everything. Including this, I guess. No? Referencing initializer with view store requires state to be equatable, okay? Equatable. Okay. The live view should pop up now. Okay. All right. Let's uncomment this part and think about how do we bind this, right? All right. So we have this value. So we think the store has a bind thingy. I wish autocomplete is working. Okay, let's try this now. Store dot autocomplete. Nothing. Also have a new beta version. Maybe I can try that and take a break as well because my throat is killing me. I need to drink some water. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh. Okay, this probably will take a while, huh? Oh, did it finish? I think this is going to be overall a pretty good stream because I feel like we're going to finish things at least to a workable degree, to an acceptable degree, which would be really nice. Okay. So it's indexing, pre-building. Let's just wait it out. No luck, huh? Oh, we got something. Okay. Is it here? No, it's in view store. Binding. Okay. So we can get the state from and translate into a local state, and then we can send an action by taking the local state. I think this is what we need. Okay. So our config state will produce a title, which is super simple. Cover title, right? And then we need to make an action for ourselves. Case update title. This is a new title. And here we take the string value and return update title. Something like this. We got colors, so that's a good sign. And then obviously it won't actually update the titles, and we will fix that right after. Okay, title showed up. Live view. Well, I know it won't work, so let's fix it. We're going to go to the reducer and switch on the action. Action. Update title. New title. State.cover.title equals new title. Well, this will make it work, right? So straightforward. Yes, we don't have any side effect. Okay. Let's resume the live view. So now this works like a normal title. Okay. Yeah, nice. Get rid of these now. Okay. Next up, let's do tags. I feel like tags is slightly easier because it's basically the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. I'll leave this up for reference, I guess. Okay. Binding. Oh no, we have a override here. We have a get and send. I'll just manually format it. And then get, send. Okay, so get is state dot cover dot cover dot tags joined separator. Right here we need to make a new action. Update tags, string, super easy, reducer. Update tags, let tags. Guess we can keep it simple. Okay. Here we simply say, I guess, dot update tags. Here is input. Oh, $0 dot split separator, comma. This is okay, right? Oh yeah, and then we map it back. Split map string dot init. Okay, it's already happy. Should we give it a spin? Okay, that works. What's next? The big one, the date. This whole project is so simple. It's very pleasant to work with. View store dot cover dot date is not nil. Here we need to make another binding. We'll just, I guess, hide everything else. Okay. One thing at a time. Okay, so here we do another of these. So here is an interesting case where we can delegate all this string formatting into the reducer, for example. So the view really don't have to know that it's dealing with the date at all, right? I like that a lot. So view store dot binding. Let's see if I can remember this. There's a get, and then there's the send, right? I don't know why I manually backspaced all the way there. Yeah, I like this because so this is like attempt to update to change update date with string. Okay. Yeah, then we can move the date stuff here. Date with string. That's how I call it. Okay, and then I feel like I can copy some code. If let date, yeah, all of this maybe. Looks good to me. Oops. This can be further factored into its own function, blah, blah, blah. So if date is this date, I'm going to do state.cover is this, state.this is that, and state.this is that. So easy, so straightforward. I guess we call this state string. Fine. And then in our state, we can get a date string. It's gonna be constants formatter string for from cover date something like this, right? Or another way to do this is cover date map this guy all the way fall back on an empty string. So here in our get, we simply say $0.datestring. And in our send, we can say update date string with, update date with string $0. So this should work. Okay, so here's a view store dot. Oh, we've got something. So I can get rid of this piece now. Okay. And this is going to be cover. Oh, view store. So this will work now. I can do all these things and wait, I'm confused. This doesn't look like the one because oh yeah, the error already are working. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's a little janky when you try to delete the text because I guess there's some little slight race condition here. I don't mind because this is software for myself. Let's add in the toggle next. Toggle is interesting because get is simple enough. Set okay. So set show date boolean in our reducer case set show date let show. Why is it not happy? Set show date. Oh, it's in the wrong scope. Okay, so cover state cover date is show. If it's show, we show it current date, otherwise it's gonna be nil. Okay, so go back to the view, uncomment this code, stop the preview for now. Can use the store binding again. Set is view store dot cover dot date is not nil, right? If it's not nil, wait, not nil means true, right? Okay. Then send is set show date $0. Is this right? Get send. Oh, get send. Makes sense. Oh, right. $0. Okay. I think we've fully recovered the functionality, right, of the plain SwiftUI view with fixed states. Except now everything is functional. Nice. I kind of want to put the date on the bottom now. Let's do that. The date is this block, right? I mean, I could refactor these into their own property, which I probably will do when I have time. But there's more interesting pieces that I want to finish on stream today. So let's for now just do it like this. Okay. So the interesting piece is what we talked about at the beginning. I mean, make a string marker. Slog. Okay. So at some point, we'll have to hook up the app with the actual app delegate. And then we need a way to this part is interesting. Basically, I want a way to hide this additional UI, right? Okay, let's give the content view. Maybe not the content view. Let's give the outer view a gesture, maybe on tab gesture count 2, and then we'll just print something. Okay. So the idea is I'll use this to toggle the configuration view. Okay, let's try that. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if this will show up in console if it's just a preview. Yeah, probably don't show up. That's unfortunate. Is debugger even working? Okay, let's add a state. Tapped. False. I don't know. And then we can say we add a view here. Tapped. If tapped. Okay. And let's resume. It doesn't appear to be working. Oh, that's because we're not. Yeah, okay. So instead of printing, we can say tapped.toggle, right? Oh, stop trying to run the whole app. Okay, so tagging. Okay, this works. So we'll have to add a if we're assuming this is the whole app. Now let's add it to the state. So let's add a new state that is show content, show cover only, and it's gonna start off false. Well, it's not gonna start off false here. Have to update it here, right? False. Okay, and here we have to send the view store a message. Send toggle cover only. Then let's add the action here. Toggle cover only. I have a feeling this is not the right place to implement the gesture because we'll have parent views. But we'll move it up as needed. Okay. So case dot toggle cover only. State dot show cover only dot toggle. Okay, so now we can go to the content view. The view, please. Okay. Okay. So here we'll have to put everything else in an if view store show cover only. That's awkward. How do I do this? Okay, so there's been a closing parent somewhere here, right? Okay, so now this is in the if. So now I double click and hide these configuration views. Please. Oh, I'm not using live view. Okay. Okay. Nice. This is almost useful now. I just need to make this look correct. Right? And then I need to make this whole thing borderless. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna make this borderless. Oh, wait. Does it affect the preview? No, it does not affect the preview. So I need to hook the whole app up. Okay. That's not a problem. Okay, so the whole app, there will be some additional view on the top. So that's a little something. Okay, new group. Oops. Nope. I regret that. New group from selection. Meta config. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's make an app level stuff. So new group here, not new file. Thank you. I'm getting tired. App. Okay. New file. App state. Okay. I'll start by just adding a meta config view state. Meta config state. Let's make it a var for sure. Then we'll have a app, I guess app view, which is just the content view. So we can just rename that, right? Drag this in here. Rename. Let's see how Xcode does. Oh, just not responsive. Fine. Let's go to search replace. Content view. Appears a bunch of time here. Looks matching case. Almost good. Okay, let's do it case by case. App view. Replace. I think everywhere else is fine. No? Missed this one. Okay. So we have this file, I guess, still needs. I think the refactor thing at some point renames the file for you as well. But anyways, we'll have a app action, I guess. App action, just from experience, I'm just straight up say it. App action is gonna have an action, which is meta config, and it's gonna embed a meta config action. It's just simpler this way. Trust. Okay. So app view is gonna have for now, just the meta config view, I think. So that means it also has to have a store. So let's make the store. And this time is a real app store, I think. Well, let's make it a small app store. Look, guys, this is the app store. Import Composable Architecture. Let's make the app store to be store of type app state app action. Okay, and then it will have initial state, reducer, and environment, I believe. Xcode is okay. It's cooperating. Okay, let's format this up. Okay, environment as usual is gonna be a big fat cap. An app state is gonna be right our initial config state. So this could be real. Meta config state cover. Right, cover is the real initial data. Everything else is kind of a ephemeral state. Right, I can make these have initial values because they're really view states. So false, false. Cover can have an initial state as well, I guess. Cover title. Let's start with the node date. Or today, I guess. Empty tag. Right, need to foundation here. Okay. So here I can straight up just create the state, right? Just do the state for head. Right, so that's the initial state. And then we'll have an app reducer. Okay, app reducer, sure. Composable architecture. Notice the beauty is like we've built all those sub-views and actions and stores and all that stuff without even touching the app. So those things are totally isolated. And the apps do know about those, but that's a different story. Reducer of app state, app action, and void environment. And then we're going to follow that up with our reducer closure, state, action, void. I think we can delegate everything, right? So instead of doing this, we really should do like a. I feel like there's a. Hold on. There's a combine. Yeah. Yeah. And then here we actually do the meta config reducer dot pullback, right? I think this is all we need to do. We're not really combining anything because this is probably the only real reducer we have. But just this is just setting up for the future. Okay, so we have to make a key path that goes from global state to meta state. Easy enough. The key path would be app state.metaconfig, right? And then this is the interesting one where we can go I have to have a case there. How about now? Happy? Nice. App reducer. Ooh, our build succeeded. Dare I try it? Nope, that's not the right view. Silly me. I can, this is the weird part. Yeah, I can create a store in here. I guess. And then here I can just do the meta config view, I guess. And it has a store. It's going to be store.scope. Make this nice. Scope is two things. There's the state and an action, right? Wait, do I really need to do this? I feel like $0.meta config state. Then here is going to be meta config $0. Oh, that's it, right? There we go. That's the whole app. Okay. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. So in the app reducer, this is where setting it up correctly really helps. In the app reducer, right, we combined this one and then we'll make our own reducer as well. Init. Okay, we'll actually make a real reducer. Here we have our state, action, environment. And then we'll actually do something interesting about one of these events, which is toggle cover only. Okay. So if and then the rest we don't do anything. Okay, so here we need to return fire and forget, and then we run some code here. This is where we take the app delegate. So we need to get our main window. Right? So is that where we could do that NS application? No? There's no such thing? Main window? Wait. I don't know Mac development that well. So main NS window, app delegate. Main window. App windows, main window. Instant property. What is the instance of? NS application. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. I didn't import AppKit. That's probably why it's mad at me. Main window. Key window. Oh, shared main window. What's it? Style mask. Okay. Is state dot metaconfig state show cover only. If it's true, then we do borderless. Otherwise, no. No. Did title, I guess. Oh, Show title, show cover only is this. This better? Wait. Oh, okay. That's something. I think I need to app delegate. I just realized something. This mask value is the same as this one, huh? Okay, so what is the type of this? Style mask. Okay, so ns window style mask. Let's put it in our constants here. Static let default style window style is a ns window. Oh, AppKit. Style mask. And it's gonna be, I don't know, well, where is it? App delegate. This guy. And then we have cover only window style. Literally just says borderless, I guess. Okay, so app delegate no longer needs to reference this, and this is gonna be constants dot default. What do you call it? Default window style. Default window style. Nice. And then in our app reducer, we can toggle between constants dot. If it's show cover only, it's gonna be cover only window style. Otherwise, it's gonna be constants dot default cover default window style. Okay, this line is getting a bit long. Formatted. Okay. All right, this window looks normal. And this window looks like a screenshot, right? Double click. Oh, it's not working. Wait, I'm confused. As far as I can tell, it does work. Okay, what about removing shadows? No shadow. Has shadow. Oh, that's another thing. Rounded corner, I guess, is also okay. Has shadow. Oh, so I can toggle shadow as well. So has shadow. No, it's not a window property, is it? Oh, maybe it is. Has shadow is show cover only means no shadow, right? Okay, let's see if it works. Double click. I don't know why double click is not working as well as I would like. So how can I tell? Let's make some white background. About a sketch. I literally don't know what's the best way to do a white background. Okay. And then we put our window here. Obviously there's some shadow here. I don't know why double click is not super responsive here. Oh, that's obviously wrong. Okay, I need to make it not resizable. So we go to the constant and get resizable to go away. Okay. Now the shadow I think is going away. Nice. And what if I take a screenshot of this? What's the dimension of this window? Get info. Wait, where did the window go? Hello? Oh, here we go. The dimension is the right dimension. Woo! Okay, cool. That's really nice. I think at this point I consider this done, right? I just need to tweak the look, which I can literally copy from the other app. But as you can see, we've got a fully functioning app where I can toggle its state by double clicking on the content of its window. And then I can change the title, hello stream, and then I can add tags. As I add tags, corresponding image will show up, right? And then we can change the date. First of all, we can hide the date if I want to. If I don't want to, I can change the date to anything I want. 07/31st, right? If this updates, yeah. So, and then when I am, I guess, happy with the view of the app, then double click. Shadow goes away. I literally just take a screenshot of it, and that's my new YouTube cover. All right. We've built an app from scratch, literally from nothing to complete. And I'm very happy because, for example, this stream is going to have a cover from the app I built in the string itself. So that's really meta, really nice. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and follow me, on Twitch, Daniel_Duan. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.